Welcome to my channel. I'm a fanatic, and UFC 316 just took place, and this is me reacting to the whole results of UFC 316, mainly focusing on main card. Like I said, I just only care about the main card, and main card is what was really exciting, and rest of the card wasn't very good. Even the fights on main card weren't any good if you focus on that. But we got some bangers, we got some real exciting matches and finishes. And as for prelims, there wasn't anything special, except for one guy in particular that really surprised me, and that guy I think is going to the future, and that guy is this Joshua Van, ladies and gentlemen. This guy Joshua Van just set up another victory. He's on a run right now, and I'm told he's only 23 years old. For a guy in a flyweight division, that's very impressive. He's on a winning streak. He has been finishing his lot of opponents. Just let's go through his stats a little bit. So Joshua Van, who fought in the prelims card, his was the last fight on the preliminary cards. He fights from USA, but he's actually from Myanmar. He's a Burmese fighter. So he's currently residing in Texas, but he's from Burma. So he's a fellow neighbor from Burma, and he's a spectacular fighter in the flyweight division. And he totally destroyed Bruno Silva. Right now his record is, I guess, 14-2, 14 victories and 1 losses, and 2 losses. So yeah, you can see WWWW and 1 loss by Carl Johnson 2024. Other than that, he has been winning, and great fight, spectacular fight. Only 23 years old, still young, still breathing. A lot of improvements to make, and he looks promising. I think he has a chance to really outshine others. So yeah, this was a real fight. Just want to give a shout out to Joshua, man. He was a real fighter. He showed up and did what others couldn't do. So he's a real exciting fighter. I'm glad I watched his fight. Other than that, I didn't really care for anything. So let's just come back to our main card. So main card happened, and it happened exactly the way I said. Other than some few fights, all the fights I predicted went exactly the way. Now before we talk about the main event, we're gonna go through down here and talk about Vincente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Now, I picked Vincente Luque based on just favoritism. I knew he didn't have a solid chance, but I went against my real pick. I picked him because I like Vincente Luque. Kevin Holland, although I don't like him that much, but he did what he had to do. He looked focused and he looked entertaining. He had a game plan, most importantly, and he showed up totally to dominate, and he outclassed Vincente Luque in each and every aspect. There really isn't anything you can deny him for that. I think, just like I said before, Holland could have become the very best fighter, but he chose not to. But he is there in the gateway. He's a gatekeeper. He won. So yeah, he won in spectacular fashion. I feel bad for Vincente Luque. He wasn't a pick. I like Vincente Luque. But yeah, Kevin Holland went out there and really silenced all the haters, including me. So shout out to Holland for doing that. He was minus 190 favorite, so he was supposed to win. Nothing surprising here, but would have been cool if he didn't. If Luque could have pulled it out, but hey, this is fighting. So yeah, this pick wasn't really based on anything other than just fan favoring. So I wouldn't really count this as a loss, but I can't say the same for my next pick. Now, I am not the only one who was disappointed here. Patchy Mix. What a disgusting performance from Patchy Mix. And here I thought he was going to be the future of UFC. I've been gaslit into thinking that he really was some credible fighter. He isn't. He's trash, he's mediocre. To be outclassed by Mario Bautista like that. 173 strikes, 122 only by Patchy, and Mario did what he had to do. He didn't really care about Patchy's wrestling. Patchy didn't even wrestle. I thought he's going to destroy Mario. He didn't win anything. In fact, he was the one getting destroyed, and he nearly got destroyed. He didn't do really anything, nothing spectacular, no takedowns, only one attempt from Patchy Mix. That's your real former champion from Bellator. Bellator is trash. How trash is Bellator? Huh? First Patricia Pitbull, now Patchy. I mean, outside of UFC, there's really no competition. And this record, 20 wins, this doesn't mean anything. I wished I had really looked into this pick, but I wasn't the only one. Almost everybody on down the MMA Twitter, on MMA media, surprised that Patchy fought like that. He fought like completely shit with no game plan, no force, no pace, no nothing, with zero head movement, zero game plan, zero striking, not really doing anything. Just like his fiancée Tatiana Suarez, he fought a mediocre fight, and that's what happens in UFC. UFC is just on another level. These guys aren't cut for it. They should just stick to like collecting those fake gold belts in Bellator and PFL. Fuck Patchy Mix. I officially hate him more than Mario Batista. And congratulations to Mario Batista. He won over. He's now on 8-fight win streak, I believe. So he's close to a title shot. He's gonna fight a ranked opponent now, and he's gonna rank like top 8, top 5. He's gonna get a top 5 contender. Just 1-2 fights and will be fighting for a title. Although I don't think he's gonna win, but you can never count anybody out. So yeah, fuck Patchy McFace, fudge Patchy, his stupid ass name, Patchy Mix. What a disgrace, what a disgusting looking fight. I hate him. Fuck him. Yeah, that was a terrible pick, but I wasn't the alone. So fuck it. So the other fight, now this fight went exactly the way I told you. So I predicted this. I predicted this fight just the way it happened. I chose the right pick, and my prediction went right into fruition. My prediction was right. Kevin Gastelum, the fat lad, but like I told you, he's very durable. He's got a solid chin. Joe Pyfer, not really anything special. Great punching power. Like I said, he's a one-punch KO artist. The punches he landed in the first round, I absolutely guarantee you, if it was anybody else, let's just say if it wasn't Calvin, that guy would have been sleeping right now. Joe Pyfer connected with him some huge fucking shots. He connected that left hook with such tenacity and such force, like it felt like he cracked a bone in there. But Calvin Gastelum, he's got a solid Mexican chin. He did what he had to do. I told you it's going to be a little tricky match for Joe Pyfer. Not because Calvin is anything special, but because Joe Pyfer, just like most of the Americans, lacks in like real fighting skills. Like Joe Pyfer, Brandon Allen, Sean Strickland, all these American fighters, they have one thing in common. They have such a huge talent, but they really don't implement their talent. Like let's talk about Joe Pyfer here. If he could just mix his arsenal a little bit with some kicks and takedowns, with some combos, he would be so successful, but he chooses just to go for a headhunt, just for one punch KO, and he could have finished Calvin Gastelum if he had a proper combination punches, but he was just headhunting, just going for one punch KO, and that gave the opportunity to Calvin to really showcase some of the skills. Otherwise, Joe Pyfer could have won. This is why I picked Pyfer by decision. Although majority was saying that Pyfer was going to win, like he did almost win in the first round, he could have won, but I knew that he wouldn't really commit. Like he would connect some good shots, rock him hard, knock him down, but eventually he will fade a little bit, and Calvin will come back a little bit, and then he'll be scored off a victory. So that's exactly what happens. I told you Pyfer was going to win with decision, and that's exactly what happened. Pyfer is an exciting fighter. He's much better fighter than Strickland in some terms, but he needs to improve a lot. He needs to really commit to combinations, kicks, leg kicks, head kicks, and then he has a real chance at being a champion. He is that material, just like Allen, just like Brandon Allen, who's another great fighter. But again, just like most of the American fighters, he doesn't really mixes up his wrestling with boxing, not really following up shots with proper combos, jabs or teeps. And Strickland has the same. He just only jabs and teeps. If he could just throw some bunch of hooks and mix in some wrestling. He has brown belt in jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't do that. He could have been better fighter than he is. Pfeiffer is the same case, another American, but solid fighter with great punching power. He has some credentials, and I reckon he's gonna be a top-ranked fighter anyway. So yeah, good for Pfeiffer. Great victory, just like I predicted. Anyway, let's go down to the co-main event, everybody. Now, exactly my pick was right here. I chose Kayla Harrison by domination. I chose her to TKO, but she eventually got the job done by submission. I should have really seen that submission was a bigger, like there's a more chance of her submission Pina than TKOing her. But anyway, my pick stands right. I told you second round submission anyway, second round finish anyway. That's what happens. So yeah, Kayla Harrison destroyed Juliana Pena. I told you that's what was going to happen. Juliana Pena was favorite in this fight, minus 150. She landed better strike, 59 strikes, whereas Pena only landed 15 strikes. Pena, like I said, not really a great fighter. I'm surprised he has become two-time Women's MMA champion. But yeah, Kayla Harrison was meant to become the champion. She's the man. She's the Triple H Kings of King. And the game came here and destroyed fucking Pena, like I told you. She fucking destroyed Pena, although I like fucking Pena, she's hot. But that doesn't mean you fight, does it? So Kayla Harrison for the W went for a Kimura lock in the second round and finished her. Spectacular win. So this was a finish. Pfeiffer fight was a decision, and my next fight is also went exactly the way I told you to. But let's just focus on this fight. Now they are talking about some real super fight between Nunes and Kayla Harrison. Great fight, exciting fight. Either way, I'm still rooting for Kayla because she's just too muscular and too like Nina Nunes isn't any. Amanda Nunes isn't really active, hasn't been any really active, where Kayla has. So I think Kayla can't really silence the critics and give us an upset. So I would choose Kayla to win. Anyway, Kayla won this fight, become the champion. Congratulations to her. Fuck it, let's move to the main event. The fight that I told you, the fight I gave hint, this real prediction of the fight that I told you in my previous video. I told you this fight will go down exactly as I told you. So I told you everybody would be focusing on Merab's wrestling and only focusing on the fact that Merab will win via decision and forget that Merab has been improving a lot and Merab has the ability to go out and TKO or finish, submit a guy like O'Malley. I told you this in the last part of my video. If you can go back to my previous video, the video I posted yesterday, and this is exactly the fact I told you, mate. I told you Merab can do like some magic. He can go out there and just finish O'Malley while everybody will be focusing on just him winning the fight via decision. And it's exactly how it went. I told you there's a possibility, there's a slight possibility that Merab will go out there and finish O'Malley in the third round, and that's exactly how it went. I told you that. I predicted this fight, and I'm just happy I chose this fight. I wanted Merab to win. I hate O'Malley. I hate his coach. Complete domination by Merab. I mean, just look at this fight. Look at the stats. Merab was the favorite here, rightfully so. He should be favorite. 141 strikes by Merab, and Merab clipped O'Malley multiple times on the chin while entering for a takedown. So let's just go for the takedowns. Let's see how many times. 5 takedowns were landed out of 12. 5 landed takedowns with 6 minutes of total ground control. O'Malley on the other hand did some few strikes, like only 38 strikes and 31 significant strikes, 14 to the heads. I mean, O'Malley tried his very best to defend as many takedowns as he could. But I told you Merab is just another beast, and while O'Malley would have been focused on just stuffing takedowns, Merab would choose to go out there and finish, and that's exactly what happened. Merab did exactly what I predicted. He went out there and not only he finished O'Malley, he dominated him. Just take a look at those pictures for a second. Look at this picture. Merab is manhandling a 5 feet 11 O'Malley like a toddler. Look at that. Look at Trump fucking seeing in agony. Trump looks fucking disgusted seeing it, O'Malley, dude, and he should be rightfully disgusted. Like I told you previously times, I've said this many times, American fighters really aren't great. If you remove some of the veterans, American nowadays, when it comes to fighting, are terrible. And O'Malley, who was a former champ, is the classic example of this. This is what happens when you don't really have to fight a competition, when you rob Peter Yan, when you don't really create a strict discipline and focus on fighting rather than focus on twitching and streaming and being a cuck. This is what happens. Look at it. Looks like Merab is kind of smiling, and he does smile a lot. And he finished O'Malley later here. Dodge choke. Sick fucking fight, dude. Sick attempt at dodge choke. Completely annihilated O'Malley. I just can't thank enough to Merab. And everybody else is hating on Merab because he beat their favorite fighters, because some of the popular YouTubers right there are pushing this narrative that Merab doesn't really fight excitingly. I'm gonna remind them every time about this pick that he submitted your favorite fighter. He beat Umar Nurmagomedov. He beat Sean O'Malley. He beat Jose Aldo. His resume is so fucking great. Merab Dvalishvili is the GOAT of bantamweight division. He's the GOAT of bantamweight division. Morales, Aldo, Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, Umar Nurmagomedov, and now Sean O'Malley twice. O'Malley got beaten by Merab twice, total of 8 rounds. First in the fight where he told he had a broken shin or whatnot, torn limber or something, and now he told he stopped gooning, he stopped playing video games, he stopped smoking weed, and yet he got destroyed completely. My advice to O'Malley is just stick to gooning, man. You might go out there and not get finished by Merab later in the future. As for now, Merab is your future. Merab is the real champion. Merab is the best, one of the best fighters right now. I predicted this total domination from Merab. Merab is out there outshining everybody. Merab rightfully wins, so his next fight is going to be Cory Sandhagen. I hope it's Cory Sandhagen because Cory excites me a little bit. Whereas Dan I just told about fighting, giving Umar Nurmagomedov a rematch. Baldy is trying to give undeserved rematches and undeserved title shots to people that really don't make any sense. First he gave one to O'Malley, then Yair Rodriguez is in talks. Disgusting, shouldn't happen. And now he's talking about Umar Nurmagomedov. Fuck him, dude. Strip Dana White out of his position. Remove Dana White. He should step down from being a president of UFC. He's a disgrace. And I hope for nothing but best for Georgian fighters. I hope Merab keeps smiling and keeps on silencing the haters, specifically those who sit on their channel on YouTube and spew so many nonsense about Merab. He's a great fighter, dude. He destroys your favorite fighter. He totally destroyed your fighter. I'm gonna take a look at it again. Look at this picture, dude. This picture right here is the best picture of today. 2025, Merab just submitted O'Malley via dodge choke before GTA 6. This is crazy. I needed this. We need exciting fighting, and yeah, Merab Dvalishvili is your champion. Cope with it, deal with it. Nobody gives a fuck. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again. Goodbye.